Good morning, Carmel. On behalf of administration, I wanted to take this opportunity to share with you that Mrs. Canberra French's brother, Mr. Philip Jurina, passed away this weekend. And as you know, Mrs. French is our school's chief mission officer. She oversees the campus ministry department and the Kairos retreats, for instance. So at this time, we ask that you please keep Mrs. French and her family in your prayers. And speaking of prayer, this afternoon at 2:15 p.m. in our St. Titus Brandsma Chapel, members of the community will be gathering to pray for Mr. Jurina, and all are welcome to attend that. Thank you, Carmel. Please be assured of my prayers as well.
Good morning, Carmel. I'm AJ Escamilla. It's 8:03 a.m. First off, CDN would like to congratulate the varsity football team for their win over Viator, and we hope that everyone had a wonderful homecoming weekend. Another congratulations goes to the boys cross-country team for placing 13th in the 45-team Peoria Invitational. Cole Bonham medaled to lead the team. Freshman Evan Hursthouse set a new freshman school record, with Joey Ladowski, Kyle Paris, and Quinn Emmons making up the rest of the team. The Diversity and Equity Council will not be meeting today, so please see Ms. Fitzpatrick for rescheduled dates. Join the Google Classroom for more updates with code VR7TIFL. Attention all Mu Alpha Theta members. Their next meeting will take place on Tuesday, October 3rd in the Welcome Center at 7:30 a.m. Attendance is mandatory, so please see Mr. Rank in room 801 before the meeting if you are unable to attend. Today after school marks the first open gym this year. Featured sports will be basketball in the Ox and volleyball in the Salvi. Men's and women's basketballs will be available, and nets will be set at both men's and women's heights. All are welcome to come and play. Would you like to practice your Spanish conversational skills? How about being immersed in Spanish while playing Mario Kart? Are you up for the challenge of communicating in Spanish and refraining from English while gaming? Then come to the Spanish Language Club's Mario Kart event today at 2:15 in room 209. All levels of Spanish are welcome, but they will only be speaking in Spanish. Students, faculty, and staff are welcome. My name is AJ Escamilla, and have a macabre Monday, Carmel.
In 2004, and ESPN launched Dream Job, a show similar to America's Got Talent, where hundreds of people tried out in hopes to become the next anchor for their show, SportsCenter. Taking heavy inspiration, CDN will be blatantly ripping off this idea in hopes to find 4 anchors or anchoring teams of 2 to host our daily show. Just about anyone is eligible to sign up, and you can choose to fly solo or pick a buddy you'd like to host with and try out. Contestants will submit a short video, up to 1 minute in length, on who you are, why you should be considered, and what you could bring to CDN via a form that will be sent out in the near future. We will select 8 finalists, and those finalists will compete in a weekly set of rounds where you'll be expected to anchor, interview, and work with a team to create a filmed and edited piece for CDN. Your teams will be selected at random. The student body will vote for the top 4 finalists, and those winners will be announced on CDN. Stay tuned for CDN's very own Dream Job.
Good morning, Carmel Catholic. Mr. Huther here with Abrielle Fitzpatrick and with Mrs. Lois Polis, one of our staff members, for another segment of Core of a Corsair. And during these segments, what we do is we talk about traditions, traits, and characteristics that are vital to not only Carmel Catholic, but to how we shape all of our students into a Corsair and what it means to be at the heart, at the core of a Corsair. And so today we have Mrs. Polis and Miss Fitzpatrick here to talk about street scenes. It's this big fundraiser that we do every February. It's in its 50th year. It's raised millions of dollars for the school. So if you're here, even if you're a freshman, you've likely heard of street scenes. Although the event doesn't take place until February, we start a pivotal moment in street scenes right now, early October, with the kickoff for the Street Scenes fundraiser. So we're here to talk about street scenes. Mrs. Polis, why don't you get us started and just tell us a little bit about street scenes, a big overview of what it is.
Well, hopefully you saw the video of just some clips of how our school transforms. But what started as really a parent-led grassroots way to fundraise for the School of Boys and the School of Girls in 1974. We've now evolved to our 50th year. It is the largest tri-county fundraising event that happens, and we've raised over $12 million. And what that means to our students is that's directly affecting programming, our campus, financial assistance. It's what helps keep Carmel growing and thriving. So it's very exciting, and we're 129 days away, so we're excited. It's street scene season.
Yeah, and so Carmel was founded in, well, this is a good pop quiz question. Does anyone in the studio or here know when Carmel was founded? No guesses? 1960?
1963, somebody guessed.
1963, I believe they're a year off.
Yeah.
So 1962, all right, so 1962 to now, we're talking just barely over 50 years as a school. And Street Scenes is already in its 50th mark. So this is something that's been around really for a long time. 50 years is big. So this is the year where we really want to highlight everything Street Scenes. And Abrielle, so obviously Street Scenes has student involvement. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about your involvement with it.
So I'm in the student show. It's one of my favorite activities here at Carmel. It's just so much fun. You get to meet so many new people. Because there's dancers, there's singers, there's crew, there's pit. There's just so many different people that you get to talk to and get to know. So I really love participating in that. It's just so much fun. Yeah. So the student show has always been a part of Street Scenes as well, a big draw, because the event in February, the fundraiser itself, what do people come to Carmel for? What do they come to see? Well, there's all kinds of entertainment, but the best show of the night is always the Street Scenes student show. It's a cabaret-style show, right? With dancing, and you said singing. And last year, I believe you were even doing some backflips. Is that correct? Not a backflip. I did do an aerial, which is like a cartwheel with no hands.
Okay.
It's a crowd pleaser.
Looked like a backflip to me. It looked just as hard
Close enough.
What's harder, a backflip or an aerial?
Probably a backflip.
Okay, all right. Maybe this year we'll see some backflips.
Stay tuned.
All right. So, Abrielle, I want to put you on the spot here. We know that Carmel, again, in Core of a Corsair, we always talk about the Carmel values. So community, academics, reverence, mission, enthusiasm, and leadership. What do you say Street Scenes embodies when it comes to those values?
I would definitely say community. You see so much community from the setup to the actual show to even the people coming to watch and go in the halls. For sure, enthusiasm. You'll definitely see that in the show. And I'd also say mission, just because there is so much involvement from the students and the staff. So everyone just coming together to raise money for the school. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you, Abrielle. And you mentioned raising money for the school, so that's the phase that we're in now. We're entering into the the Street Scenes fundraising piece. Mrs. Polis, would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So in advisory today, Mr. Potasic and Mrs. Tashinsky are kind of going to roll out what that means to our students. But basically, we have about 12 weeks for all of our students to help get out in the community and network, selling tickets, selling sponsorships, selling shout-out banners. It's a good way for our communities to support Carmel Catholic while obviously raising our funds. So you'll get the how-tos, you'll get some tools, and we're always here to help if you have questions. So it's going to just take a whole community to pull this off, and we all do it together. So today is day one.
Great answer. I couldn't have said it better myself. Honestly, Street Scenes involves everyone. So for all of you watching, you're going to be involved. We're really going to need your help. And as Abrielle said, a lot of our key values come through in this fundraiser. We've got community, we've got enthusiasm, we've got mission, and we need your leadership during this fundraiser. We need you to be positive and to cheerlead, because this is something that's really important, not only for us, but for our school. So it's a fun, exciting event. There's no reason not to get involved. You're going to see a lot of different build-up. Mrs. Polis mentioned we're 129 days away to Street Scenes, and that's really 129 action-packed days. Everything we're going to ask you to do is really kind of fun, and it's going to help contribute to the mission and to the success of Carmel Catholic. So Carmel Catholic Street Scenes, it's coming. You're going to be hearing a lot more about it in coming days. What does it mean to be the core of a Corsair? It means to be good stewards, to take care of our school, to help fundraise for our school, and to do what is necessary to bring these community events fully to light. So Street Scenes, Carmel Catholic, we need everybody to get on board and help with this. Thank you very much, Carmel. I believe we're closing the show out today, so why don't we give them a hearty goodbye.
Have a good day, everyone.
Bye. Cheers to 50 years.
See you, Carmel.